but his hand is like right in front of his face. Like all of us were just crackheads. Hi, welcome to another cookie video.
But now we're at my house.
Now we're at Lily's house. And I'm having chamomile tea.
We are making sugar cookies. We're gonna make
Halloweeny sugar cookies. It's
and we're making vegan Halloween sugar cookies.
Vegan!
Because I'm vegan.
Lily's a problem child. That's what being vegan gets you.
Being problematic.
Being problematic. What the fuck?
It's vegan water. You expect it's not normal.
It doesn't smell good.
The mixer is over here. That's why
we're over there.
I'm over here.
Got a secret. Can you keep it?
I've never made this recipe vegan before, so
we're figuring it out. Since we're making spooky cookies, I'll tell you a very spooky story. So I have a cousin. Shout out to Erin. She was great. Love you, Erin. Miss you, Erin. She was telling us this story that happened to one of her friends. So this is like my cousin had a story that happened to one of her friends. Okay, so one of her friends that she went to camp with. So one of her friends had another friend. He was spending the night with one of his friends, and he noticed all of these weird things happening. Like his friend, they'd be watching TV and kind of be zoning out, and then all of a sudden his friend's hand would like start to rise, and then he'd be like, what's up with your hand? And then his friend would go, what? And his hand would fall, which is just spooky, but like maybe he's doing it to mess with him. So then this kid continues sleeping at this kid's house regardless of that, and then all of a sudden he wakes up in the middle of the night one night and he sees his friend who's like dead asleep, but his hand is like right in front of his face, like this, like in the shape of like a mouth, so it's like this. And then all of a sudden he's like, what the fuck? Like oh my god. And then the hand like hears him and like looks at him as if it was like alive and like heard him. And so then he freaked out and he went back to bed. Nothing happened. You know, this kid continues going to this kid's house to have sleepovers, which is dumb, and I would never do that because I'm a smarty. So he continues going to this kid's house, and then like he's like, I'm gonna talk to him. Like one of the times they have a sleepover, he's like, I'm gonna talk to her. So he waits for his friend to fall asleep, and then he sees it like wake up and like be alert, and he's like, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna try and talk to it. So he looks at it and he goes, can you speak? And the hand like looks at him, and then you can hear his friend like trying to talk, like going and then like the hand like goes, and then he's like, okay, so then he gives it this like piece of paper to write down stuff, and it like writes its whole story, and it's like, I'm this traveler that comes from this like distant land, and like all of this shit, and it can only inhabit people that don't know of its existence. And apparently like everyone from this neighborhood has a story relating to something inhabiting someone in their house's body. Like it goes around the whole neighborhood in the town where my cousin lives. Like he's like, oh shit, and he goes, prove that you're real. And so then all of a sudden he hears all this crashing from his friends downstairs, and all these chairs are like turned around and like turned upside down and stuff. He like goes back upstairs, and then he sees his friend running at him, and his friend starts choking him out, and then he gets his friend to like wake up, and then his friend like wakes up, and he was like, I'm never sleeping in that kid's house again, and he never did. And I don't know if this story is true or not, but if it is, spooky.
Ooh.
Lily stresses me out when she cooks.
Okay.
That's what I heard. If you're from New York and you're a boy and you think I'm cute, please hit me up. My Instagram is in my description.
I don't know how these are gonna come out vegan, like at all. I really have no idea.
It seems like it breaks a lot easier.
It does.
It's like moon sand, you know?
Yeah, it really is. It doesn't break as easily when it's not vegan.
Broke her.
I'm frustrated. already. Baking is so frustrating.
I like it.
This might not work at all. I'll tell a story about the very last time I went trick-or-treating.
What happened? Wait, what were you?
I was Little Red Riding Hood. It was like right around the time when I was like watching Glam and Gore.
Yeah.
Like, all the time. I still watch her videos all the time, but like I was really into her. So I was like, I want to try and do SFX makeup. I've never done this before. I had seen all these like Little Red Riding Hood like costumes that like had like the 3 cuts on like the slash from like the wolf and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that'd be so cool if I did that. So I attempted to do that. If I can find a picture, I will insert it. It didn't work out well. Bottom line, it just looked like I had taken red marker and gone like 3 times over my eye. But I had put fake blood on and stuff, but I didn't have any of the proper stuff, and I was just trying to do like shading in a way, but I didn't know what I was doing. We went trick-or-treating, and I was like,
Who did you go with?
I went with a group of friends, and we went around trick-or-treating, and I felt so weird going trick-or-treating because I was like, I feel like I'm too old for this. But the makeup part of things was like awful.
Ah, shit.
I hate this cookie dough. It's really frustrating. It doesn't do this normally. It's normally like so smooth to work with.
The last time I dressed up was I was the Mad Hatter. It did not turn out great. And I had a Halloween party at my house, and it was actually really fun. But I like didn't have like a lot of friends. So there was like maybe like 8 kids at my house having a Halloween party. But it was really fun. It was when Spooky Scary Skeletons was a thing. I think that was 9th grade. No, that was 8th grade. And then 9th grade I went trick-or-treating with all of my guy friends and then one of my old friends. It was something. We were like too old. We were way too old and it was way too late at night. But one time we were walking and Caden was like kind of like spazzing out and Caden ended up jumping, and Caden's really tall. And he ends up hitting his elbow to his knee, and for some reason that messed him up. He like fell over and he was I'm gonna vomit, I feel horrible. Like, I don't know what happened, but he felt awful and he felt like he was gonna die, and he was literally like, I need help. But yeah, that's like one of my like memories from Halloween. My young years were real crazy, and then I hit high school and I was like mellowed out, which is really funny. We used to walk all the way from our junior high school to like downtown, and it's probably like a 20-minute walk, like on a really busy road. It was right when like the announcement of the elections happened.
The 2016.
The 2016 elections. And everyone was talking about how Ted Cruz is a Zodiac killer. But Sean Sibley, one of my very close friends, shout out to Sean, and there was a car driving past, and him and our other friend literally went, Ted Cruz is a Zodiac killer, Ted Cruz. They're like yelling at this guy in his car. And he pulls into the bike lane and like is about to get out of his car. And so Sean and our other friend just books it all the way. Like they go, like there's a street where it goes basically, there's like a loop. So if you go down that street, you'll end up back on the main road. And him and our other friend run down that street. And Chloe and I are just like, and so then we keep walking, and then we catch up with them, and they're like, holy fuck, holy fuck. The amount of times that they almost got beat up, like yelling at people walking down the street is insane. It was crazy.
We've had conversations before about like how crazy she was in junior high. Not like crazy as like getting in trouble and like doing drugs and like drinking and all that, but just crazy as in like crackhead energy.
Such a big crackhead energy.
And like for me, I was like, I had a group of friends, but like I was I've been very introverted my whole life, and I like hung out with them, but it wasn't like these big hangouts.
All of us were just crackheads.
Yeah.
Like we had to film a video for our French class one time, and like the majority of it was like everyone would be walking and like someone would walk in the background and be dabbing. We were talking about stuff to do when you're downtown where we live, and I wrote the whole script through Google Translate because I didn't have a real French teacher and he wouldn't help us. And this is like our final grade. We ended up getting a D on our first video, and then we redid our video and got an A because he felt bad for us. Then like we had one where we were like, it's great where we live, but then like it's dangerous, you could get mugged. And then we had one of our friends like shove Sean and steal his backpack and like run away with Sean's backpack. And we did that right in front of these businessmen who were like off on their lunch break. And literally you can just see them in the background. They're like, these kids are robbing another kid like in the middle of the most popular street in downtown.
Shit. I dropped it. They're like really cakey.
I'm gonna bring it for your mom.
I don't know how I feel about that. It's not, it doesn't taste at all like how they usually taste. It tastes like graham crackers and not regular sugar cookies. So I don't know if putting frosting on them would be good. They're really weird.
They have a really off aftertaste. It has like a metally aftertaste.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't want to make the rest of them.
But what are we gonna do with the dough? The dough's tasty by itself.
Yeah. Damn it.
Hey, it's just something you have to try.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna freeze it. I don't know.
It's all an experiment.
Making vegan baking stuff is difficult. Like vegan meals are not hard, but like when you switch to baked goods, it gets weird. We'll deal with this later.
Tested, not approved.
Not approved.
They look pretty though.
I mean,
they're pretty.
They look like sugar cookies. They just taste weird.
Smell like graham crackers.
I was like graham crackers. Oh, I just got that aftertaste.
Yeah. See? It like is like really metally and weirdly plasticky.
I didn't get it in the like first couple bites, but I just got it like hardcore.
Well, thank you guys for watching.
Like this video if you liked it,
and subscribe if you
like the cooking videos.
Cooking videos and like New York City, because I love New York